Well, good morning, everybody. I hope that you're having a wonderful start to your day. And welcome to Wednesday. It is Wednesday. It is April the 16th. And if you're watching this, it means you survived your tax day, all that good stuff there. But good to join you on this fine, fine day. All right. Wednesday. April the 16th. Hit that share button really quick, no matter where you're watching from. Thank you for joining me. We're going to look into the scriptures here in just a moment. But before we do, let me just remind you, we've got church services tonight at 6 o'clock. Excited about those services. And then also our kids ministry is going to be going strong here this evening as well. So please keep that in mind as you plan out your day today. Hope to see you tonight at 6 o'clock for Bible study. We are coming down to the end of our study in the book of Genesis here. Just the last two chapters left, so we should be finishing that up in the next couple of weeks. All right? Now, let's open our Bibles, please, to Psalm 126. Psalm 126. And we'll get started here. Hi, say hi there. She's saying hi, everybody. There you go. Good morning from Christy there. All right, Psalm 126. I want to share with you one verse here, the last verse of this psalm here. Psalm 126, verse number 6 says, He that goeth forth and weepeth and beareth precious seed shall doubtless come again with rejoicing, bringing his sheaves with him. Okay, now here's kind of the thought here behind this verse. I mean, you look at it. He that goeth forth. Okay, first of all, going out. All right, going out to the fields that we know are white unto harvest. But here it says, "He that goeth forth and weepeth, bearing precious seed." The reason why you think about this precious seed, what is it talking about here? It's talking about soul winning. It's talking about telling people about the good news of the gospel, telling people about Jesus Christ. And so it mentions here going forth. Hey, you got to get out and do it. And then we see the passion, the love for people, where it says, "He that weepeth, bearing precious seed." When it comes to distributing the good news of the gospel through gospel tracts or through our verbal witness, through maybe an invite to church, man, there ought to be some emotion in this. We're talking about telling people about Jesus Christ. We're talking about people that are on their way to hell, and our desiring to see them, their eternal destination changed from separation from God to that of heaven and eternity with God. And so you look at that, man, it says going forth and weeping. There's got to be some passion behind this, behind why we do what we do. And that we're bearing precious seed. The most precious gift that all of mankind could ever receive is that of the gospel. That's what we are spreading. That's what we are sharing. Now, look what happens. It says, shall doubtless come again with rejoicing, bringing his sheaves with him. The result of going forth, weeping, bearing precious seed is that seed will come to fruition. That seed will sprout and bring forth. And it says, bringing sheaves with him. I want to encourage you. The Bible tells us that we are to be laying up treasures in heaven. And I hope that that is your passion, that is your desire to lay up for yourselves treasures in heaven, because there's coming a day when we won't, where our time on this earth is going to end. Okay, that time is going to come, and the only thing that will join us in heaven, it's not going to be the money that we make. It's not going to be the job. It's not going to be the car, the house, the possessions that we have. None of that is going with us. The only thing that will join us in heaven are those people that we have led to the Lord, those people that we have witnessed to, those people that have received that precious seed of the gospel that we have spread. Now, think about this. How much of our life is given to that which is temporal? rather than eternal. And so I want to encourage you today. We've got this precious seed. Let's bear it to a lost and dying world. What keeps us from bearing that seed? It's fear. I think it's a lack of passion. It's a lack of understanding that the reality of this is that heaven is for real, hell is for real. And man, that ought to bring a tear to our eye to know that there are people that are passing from this life and stepping into an eternity separated from God. That ought to break our hearts. And so let's go forth weeping with passion. With compassion, I should say as well, with compassion, bearing that precious seed so that we may with joy return seeing the fruit of our labor, and that being souls saved and lives changed. That's our verse for the day, Psalm 126 and verse number 6. I do want to encourage you along this theme here of spreading the gospel. There might be no greater weekend in the calendar year than that of Easter weekend to invite somebody to join you for church, where they may hear the good news of the gospel. No matter where you're watching from, I want to encourage you, bring somebody with you so that potentially their life will be changed. Listen, I know Easter's busy. I know you've got things going with your family. You've got Easter dinner. You've got maybe candy for the kids, Easter outfits, and all of that. I get all of that. But man, if you don't at least extend an invitation to somebody, what is it? The candy's going to be gone. The kids are going to go home. The food's going to be eaten. And what do you have to show for Easter? Let's look to invest in eternity by sharing the good news, by inviting somebody to join you for Easter services this weekend. And I don't know where you're watching from, but no matter where you're watching from, let's do it, okay? And our services here, we've got Sunday school at 9:45, our morning service at 10:30, and I'm excited about presenting the gospel this coming Sunday, and so be sure and be in your place and have somebody with you. All right, thank you so much for being on. Verse for the day, Psalm 126 and verse number 6. And note just kind of the truth for the day, the joy that soul winning brings, the joy that being a witness brings. And so let's seek to be that witness today of the good news of the gospel. Let's be that witness of who Jesus is. And man, let's share the fact that we serve a risen Savior. All right, thanks for being on. Let's greet those that have commented. You want to come say goodbye to everybody? I think Christy's come back to say goodbye. She's saying bye-bye, bye-bye, yeah. All right, let's say Brian and Cindy, good to have you on. Have a wonderful day. Karen, good morning to you as well. Joanne, thank you for being on. Hope that you have a great day. Ingrid, good to have you on this morning. Hope you have a wonderful day. Love you. And Ruth Witcher, good to have you on. Good morning. All right, be sure to hit the share button if you haven't already done so. We'll see many of you, Lord willing, tonight for our final, not our final night of the Rock, but our final regular night of the Rock. And so we look forward to that. All right, goodbye, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow morning. Say bye-bye one more time. It's not happening. The death stare. So there you go. All right, have a good night. Have a good day, everybody.